Hi friends, welcome to Law Chat 101 with your legal BFF, Girija Patel. Today on Law Chat 101, I'm going to be sharing with you the FTC guidelines that you should be following if you are doing any type of influencer marketing or any type of marketing on your social media. And so let's get started. Now, before we begin, couple things. Number one, the information that I'm sharing with you today is for informational purposes only and educational purposes. If you have any questions in particular to your business, please contact an attorney. And number two, another thing that I have to ask you and share with you is that if you love this information that I'm sharing with you today, and I'm pretty sure you are, and I know it's going to be helpful, subscribe so you don't miss the next Law Chat 101 for yourself, and also share it with somebody else in your community, a friend or a family that could most likely benefit from this as well. Because you know what? Sharing is caring and knowledge is power. Let's get started. Number one, how do we disclose that we are an affiliate? So a lot of the things that you have to do when you are an affiliate marketing, doesn't matter what industry you're coming from, doesn't matter what you are marketing, you need to have disclosure on the marketing slides that you're doing or the posts that you're doing. And so it has to be apparent, it has to be obvious, it has to be visible. It can't be hiding somewhere, it can't be kinda sorta, it has to be obvious, like sponsored, ad, in paid partnership, or even say it that I was given this gift and by XYZ and I just love it. And so you have to have full disclosure. It has to be obvious, it has to be apparent, it can't be lurking in the corner somewhere. Every single post that you are posting, whether it's a story, on your feed, whether it's a YouTube video, or whether it's on Facebook, or even if it's a live event that you are doing, you need to disclose it. And for example, if you have 5 stories and they're all talking about this one particular product or service in which you have some type of affiliation or collaboration with, every single slide in that story needs to show that this is a affiliation or influencer marketing where it is a paid, sponsored, whatever. Has to be apparent. It can't be lurking in the corner somewhere or at the end of one slide of the series of 5. So make sure it is obvious, make sure people can see it, make sure it is clear and understandable as well. Another common question that people get is, well, when do I disclose? I know how to disclose, but when do I disclose? So you disclose anytime someone has given you a product, whether it's for free, whether it's for a short period of time, whether it is something that is forever. It doesn't matter. The duration doesn't matter. The fact is that anytime somebody has given you something, whether it's a family member or whether it's a friend or whether it is a business partner, and it could easily influence your opinion, you need to disclose that to the people that you are marketing to and the people that you are talking to. So anytime there is any type of financial gain, whether it's money, free, you're getting a boost in something, whether it's through your employment, whether it's through friends or family, you need to disclose. Don't assume that people know and your followers know about the connection. Just because you might have seen it in the past or maybe even last week, always disclose. Don't assume that last week's post is good enough for disclosure. You need to disclose every single time that you are talking about some affiliation or some partnership where you're benefiting from it. So you have to disclose it and let them know. Another thing that you need to do is be honest. Give an honest opinion. Your opinion cannot be false. Your opinion cannot be based on something that you haven't even tried or haven't even used. So make sure you give an honest opinion. You give an opinion that is not biased in a way where you're giving false information out. And of course, you have to experience it to be able to share your opinion. And so I would always say that make sure in your contracts with the brands that you tell them that I will be honest with my opinion. And, whether that's good, that's bad, that's mediocre, whatever that is, but you have to give an honest opinion because at the end of the day, your business, your reputation is on the line as well. So say you love something, you're like, oh, I love it. But the reality is that the product's terrible and the masses start using it, and then they realize that, oh gosh, this person did not give a good and accurate recommendation or review, and so really can dampen that reputation of yours that you have. So make sure that what you are sharing is honest and it's something that people can trust later on. Another thing you need to be careful about is making sure that you do not give any type of guarantees or promises. I have seen too much of that, where a lot of the influencers out there, and I say influencers, if you are marketing anything for anybody, you become an influencer, right? And now it's not just a certain industry that influencers are coming out of. You can be from any industry and you could be an influencer. And what happens is that a lot of times some people want to give a guarantee, like, oh my gosh, I guarantee you're going to get your hair back and this is going to stop the hair loss. Don't guarantee anything, because you don't know. How can you guarantee for a third party when you've not done any of their R&D, when you've not experienced it enough to know? So don't give any promises for anybody else or on behalf of anybody else. Lately, courts, and this is a very state court situation that's happening, but some states are cracking down on influencers also, and so they are cracking down on the marketing that's happening, and a lot of it is violations of FTC guidelines, and then some of it is also violation of trademark and copyright. So we have to be careful that we are not promising something as an influencer that you cannot guarantee. And you cannot even scientifically guarantee it, let alone, guarantee it legally as well. So make sure you're not making any type of those very solid, with conviction promises or guarantees as well in your, marketing that you are doing. Because ultimately somebody can get something and then they can say, well, this person guaranteed it. And, there can be a huge lawsuit, especially if there was a big injury or something else that might have happened from there. So in a nutshell, if you're an influencer of any sort, make sure you're following the FTC guidelines, because the FTC guidelines really dictate on how those posts should be made. So it dictates when you need to be making those posts, how you should be making them, and then alongside that, a lot of other guidelines that you can get on how to make a post that is filled with credibility and also within the parameters of your not overextending your liability as well. So always remember that if you are benefiting from any type of product or service, and it doesn't matter whether it's coming through your employment, friends or family, it could be just another company, you need to disclose that. You need to let people know. How do we do that? You put that very apparent, very obvious, clear language in every single post. Not one post, not the third post, not the last post, but every single post, so that everybody knows that this is a paid partnership in some sort of fashion. And of course, please don't promise things that you just cannot back up or guarantee on your end as well. If this was helpful to you, which I'm sure it was, please subscribe and share with everybody else. Put it on your social media, tag GBP Law or Law Chat with Girija, and I would love to connect with you as well. Thank you again, and stay tuned for more Law Chat 101s and Law Chat with Girija.